Hey, FreeSauce, new media. What is new media? Well, about 50 years ago, if you wanted to find out about the recent earthquake in Nepal, you would have to go and buy a newspaper. You wouldn't get to find out about anything that happened in the world or in your own city until you read the next day's newspaper. And that was if you lived closer to a capital city. If you lived any distance from the city, it would take days for the news to reach you.
Shortly after the newspaper came the television. This became a prominent source of news, as families would sit around the dinner table with one eye on the 6 o'clock news. Another primary means of communication was the radio, or wireless as it was sometimes called. It came before newspapers, perhaps towards the end of the 1930s. The family with the radio was the most popular family in the street, as the neighbours would come from everywhere to tune in to the evening bulletin.
This was about the extent of news communications 50 years ago. Demonstrations and rallies, for example, would be advertised in the newspapers weeks in advance. This would have been the only way to find out about such an event. Now let's jump forward to the present day.
Today, we have a seemingly endless supply of news, with the matching number of technologies to deliver it to us. Every household has at least one television, and it's probably more common for them to have several. Analog television only gave us 5 channels, but digital television provides us with dozens.
The creation of the internet has changed our lives. We can now wirelessly connect lots of devices to the internet, for example, cell phones, computers, laptops, tablets, and so on. And the creation of these products is impressive enough before you even consider the capabilities. It could be argued that we are now responsible for our own news, rather than needing to actively seek it.
The last decade has seen the development and exponential growth of social media, where we don't even need to go to the website of a news outlet to find out about the news. We're probably more likely to hear about it on Facebook or Twitter. Nowadays, if a news story breaks, it is first shared by a media outlet via their social media accounts, which can then be shared by someone to all of their friends or followers. If something happens in our own lives, we can share that with those around us by simply writing a status update or a tweet.
There are more ways to share and interact with our world than ever before. Along with Facebook and Twitter, there's Instagram, Pinterest, Dropbox, Google+, Tinder, Snapchat, and many, many others. We have everything we have ever needed to know about our world at our fingertips, and social media is only becoming more prominent. We can know anything about the world or our friends at a second's notice.